Program comes to you with the best wishes of Batson and Associates. Supporting health and naturally, Dr. Batson joins us online. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Good morning. How are you doing?
I am well, thanks. How about you?
I am good. I am good. I'm good as good could be. Always a pleasure to be in your company. A pleasant good morning to all the listeners of 103.1 FM. You're listening to Dr. Batson of Batson and Associates, your natural and integrated health specialist. So we are, as usual, we always have great discussions. We always appreciate your questions regarding particular issues. There was a particular product that we have been marketing a bit heavily now, simply because I like the product. I find and it is very up to date in the sense that it helps you deal with stress, anxiety, and sleeping problems. And the name of that product is something called Nerve Restore, which we actually have on special for this entire month, the month of April, at all the locations of Batson and Associates. What I wanted to highlight, though, with that product is that one of the things that it actually has the ability to do, keep this in mind. One, the product does not make you sleep. Now, that might sound weird because you say, well, okay, if I take it and it helps me to sleep, how I mean it's not making me sleep? In the sense that it doesn't put you to sleep immediately. It doesn't behave how sedatives would behave. In the sense that, for example, if you take a sedative or most sleeping medications or sleep medications, you cannot handle certain things. You cannot handle machinery, you cannot drive and those type of things. This is not the same with Nerve Restore. All right, keep that in mind. And it is a product, even though we may recommend it that you use it either in the night, just before you go to bed, or in the morning on an empty stomach, or with your any one of the liquid products that we carry at Batson Associates, whether it's inflammation formula, cyst and fibroid. Keep in mind that you could use that product with breakfast. I find either using it with breakfast or dinner is actually a very good way to use the product as well, and you do not get any problem with nausea or anything like that. Because I think that was some of the issues that some persons were getting. They were getting some slight issue with being nauseous. So you just need to take it with your meal, either breakfast or dinner. And keep in mind, not because you take it with breakfast, it means it would have you sleepy throughout the day. That is not what happens. Okay, so I just wanted to clarify that. So as it relates to natural and integrated medicine, this month, there has been a lot of discussions with diabetes and that particular type of situation. Now, we know with diabetes is something that significantly affects a number of persons in Trinidad and Tobago. In fact, we have one of the highest diabetes numbers or numbers of diabetics per capita in the world. So one of the things someone was asking, is at Batson and Associates, what exactly do we do to help persons who are diabetic? And the thing is, we do a lot in the sense that we actually have the ability to help you decrease your HbA1c naturally. We also have the ability to assist you in bringing in your body weight or improving your body composition in terms of more muscle as opposed to fat. Improving digestion, because once you improve digestion, automatically blood sugar is beginning to be regulated. So if you know you're someone who has numbers where your blood sugar is 500 and something, 400 and something, 3 something, 2 something, then Batson and Associates is the place for you. Now, we know as regards to get appointments, that is a bit difficult because, we do cater for a large number of persons. And because of the good reputation, thank God, that we have built over the years, we in some demand. But we still try our utmost, and I especially, to see and deal with as much persons as possible. So don't let that be a deterrent. Let us know whether it's over the phone, whether it's message, whatever the case may be, or even just either come in and just speak to me briefly or anyone at the office. We would be able to give you some assistance. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because I find diabetic numbers are becoming higher and higher. You have more diabetics being going blind as a result of things like glaucoma, retinal detachment, and those type of things as a result of being diabetic. And that just does not make any sense, because the higher your blood sugar goes over a period of time, the more damage is done to your eyes, the more damage is done to your limbs, the more damage is done to your kidneys, your liver. And these are things that could, of course, end up being very detrimental. So that's something that you really need to pay attention to. So feel free to give us a call or visit at any one of our locations. The Shogunas office is located on 182 Eastern, 182, Montrose Main Road, Shogunas, and that number is 222-82 222-8261 or 314-9975. We're also located in Debe. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. That telephone number is 223-7515. And of course, we're in St. James. St. James is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. That number is 220-8113. So St. James is 220-8113. And Tobago is the Triangle Building, and that number is 312-4248. Okay, so you can feel free to give us a call or visit at any one of those locations or telephone numbers you can utilize.
All right, we have a question for you. This person is asking for your advice. What do you do about fluid that gathers around the lung, pleural effusion?
Oh, God. That's a very dangerous medical condition to have. It's usually an indication of one of two things, well, both lungs and cardiovascular, primarily cardiovascular problems. So when you have water gathering in your lungs, it's a very dangerous situation in the sense that you would have to be put on diuretics, whether it's Lasix, Benadryl, any of those to actually prevent you from stifling to death because you literally could drown. Naturally, to help that situation, well, that person has to work on their blood pressure. They would obviously have some sort of blood pressure issue. If they do not have a blood pressure issue, well, definitely cardiovascular, lungs. So we need to work on those areas to bring about improvement. Your diet is also, you're going to have to pay attention to your diet as well. So there are certain foods that you should not be consuming. Coffee, for example, saturated fats. You don't want to be interfering with these excessive sugars as well. And you could help with that situation. At Batson & Associates, the lungs tea is always a good help. Circulation tea helps. There's also a product that we carry, which is actually L-arginine. But there's a whole combination in that formula, and that's something that also helps as well. So you could check us out on Facebook, because we have some of the information there on Facebook. We are Batson & Associates Limited on Facebook. On Instagram, we are Batson & Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson & Associates Trinidad.
Another question. What is best for low blood count?
Low blood count. Okay, so if you have a low blood count situation or you're being anemic, well, the thing is, if you're female and this is your situation, the possibility exists you may have problems with your menstrual cycle. And because of excessive bleeding and that type of thing, you may be experiencing that. So if that is the case, we need to do some work on your endocrine system, your hormonal system, and then we could correct that. If that is not the case, then it's a matter of using nutrient-dense greens and actually building the body from the foundation. So you're going to have to do some work on your gastrointestinal system. Optimizer is a good product that we carry at Batson & Associates that can help that situation. The mineral formula with the silver, that can also help as well. And you'll be able to get some good results where that is concerned.
Okay, so if you have any questions for Dr. Jason Batson, now would be a good time for you to WhatsApp the studio, 299-4103. Good.
So, back to the situation with diabetes. Someone is asking the question. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all our Facebook listeners. Mr. Diane Samlal, Miss Eva Jones-Nichols, Miss Anne-Marie Babb, Miss Jacqueline Rogers Blackman. Pleasant good morning to you guys. Miss Ellie Briggs. Miss Anne Harden, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Shanti Ramrup, a pleasant good morning to you guys. Yeah, so someone was asking the question, good morning, can you talk about bladder cancer and how you can treat it? Now, the thing is, when you're dealing with any kind of cancer, you're looking at dealing with the body, or dealing or addressing the body from a holistic perspective. And the reason for that is that when you're looking at cancer, there are some people who don't even know they have cancer. I mean, in all honesty, some people only find out, and when they find out it's stage 5 or stage 4. Very rare you hear people find out 1, 2, 3. For some reason, I don't know. People usually find out at 4 and 5. And the reason for that a lot of times is the same thing that I've been saying over and over. It's a matter of being able to check yourself in a holistic perspective. And that's one of the things that we do at Batson & Associates, which is why I have so much respect for dark field microscopy and what it actually gives you the ability to do. Simply because it gives us a look into the body from an in-depth perspective. And that is very, very important. So you have to be able to understand the narrative, for want of a better expression, as regards to what is going on with the body. What is my foundation like? What is the condition of my kidney? What is the condition of my liver? What's the condition of my blood? And the thing is, what is my hydration levels? What is my oxidative stress? I mean, you might think these are things that you're not supposed to be worried about and that you have a doctor to take care of, but you stay right there and wait on that. Some of what I'm talking about here, your doctors don't even know. So if it was, you know, the old people are saying the blind leading the blind, both all falling in a hole. So they can help you from the perspective of nutrition. I'm not saying that they are not necessary, obviously. There's different aspects and different facets of medicines that would be needed at a particular point in time. But when it comes about to really looking at healing, that is where your integrative approach must come in, and you must look at the body from a holistic perspective. If you're not looking at exercise, so let me give you an example. You're big and you're lazy, plain talk, bad manners. You don't do anything. You're just lazy. You're lying down whole day, you're eating, that's all you're doing. Do you expect to get better? Do you expect it? That doesn't make any sense. So then when you get sick, you go to the doctor gives you medication. They ask you nothing about your lifestyle. So you don't drink water and you have a lot of headaches, and what they give you a tablet for headaches. That doesn't make any sense. So it's just a matter, again, of addressing the root cause of the problem. And once we do that, then we're actually able to help in all aspects of the body. So that's something that you need to pay very close attention. With cancer, you have to eat properly. You have to understand, as I said, the narrative of the body, and really focus on improving those foundational aspects. Okay?
All right. Someone is asking if the eye drops are safe to use for 9-year-olds and 14-year-olds.
Yeah, definitely. The eye optics formula. Any of those eye drops that we use could be used for children that age. That eye drop was actually used on a baby. My nephew was now born. He had some serious problems with his eyes. I think if we didn't have that eye drop, he would have been blind. And I'm not exaggerating, because they wanted to recommend an eye drop for him that was only to be recommended for persons 5 years and up. And he was 2 months. So, of course, I told my sister, I said, we're not going to use that. And we started using the eye optics. And, you know, over a period of time, he got so much improvement that the doctor told them, well, that's it. We don't need to do anything. We don't know what you did, but we're seeing a lot of improvement here. Of course, we know what we did. And that's because we use the eye optics. And again, that eye drop is one that could be used by anyone for any eye situation. If you know you have done eye surgery, especially for cataracts and those type of things, I suggest you finish your protocol that would be recommended by a doctor, antibiotics and whatnot. And when that is finished, you could start the eye optics, because it would help your eyes heal faster, and it would improve circulation, ocular circulation in the eyes, and even circulation in the cerebral hemisphere. And that's very important for healing to take place.
Mm-hmm. All right, 299-4103, here's another question for you. What can you use for PCOS and insulin resistance?
Okay, polycystic ovarian syndrome and insulin what resistance, which is early forms of diabetes. We can do a lot. If polycystic ovaries is an expression or issue of hormonal imbalance, excess estrogen, mix up in numbers, estrogen, progesterone can cause one to have polycystic ovarian syndrome. It's not only linked to weight gain. So not only obese women have polycystic ovaries, there are women who are very slim and fit and have polycystic ovaries as well. So it's just a matter of now addressing the endocrine system. What is that? The endocrine system is the aspect associated with the glands. So you're looking at things like your thyroid, parathyroid, pituitary, adrenal. If you don't address those, then you're going to have some problems. So we can deal with that. Insulin resistance, you need to look at, diet has to be taken into consideration, but you also need to look at how your body utilizes fat. So your liver might also be an issue. So we talk about Santulan, which is that's the flagship product, at Batson Associates, which is a 7-channel detox. So it detoxifies kidney, colon, bloodstream, liver, lymphatic system, skin, and your lungs. So anyone in those two situations would benefit from that. But keep in mind, again, hydration is everything. You have to be drinking your water. We carry an excellent product at Batson Associates called Alkagen water, which is a premium alkaline water, and that water, of course, can help significantly. So do some work into that, at least if you have to start off with the water. And you need to be honest with yourself, because it's quite unfortunate that people cannot assess themselves, and it's not even unfortunate, it's a bit annoying at times. When people ask you how much water you drink, and you as an adult don't know how much water you drink for the day, really? Something that important? When do you have dinner? Well, I eat when I'm hungry. No, the thing is you need to, consistency. This always gets you where you need to go, The people who have accomplished certain things in the world, and everybody would know this, whether in the field of academic, sports, whatever the case may be, it didn't only come to, or it had to do with their ability, It had to do with discipline. And what is discipline? Discipline is a conscious, consistent effort in doing something primarily. I mean, that is not what Oxford may say, but it's somewhere around there. You all get the point. So it's a matter of being consistent. You want to lose weight? You need to be consistent with your diet. You want your blood sugar to go down? You need to be consistent not only with medication, because you can't just put a plaster on a sore, but you need to be consistent with improving your foods. So your foods must be complex carbohydrates as opposed to simple carbohydrates. There has to be some sort of exercise regime inside of your program. Your water is very important. There are a lot of people with their blood sugar high because they don't drink water. So once you work on those factors and you are consistent, then you're going to get the results that you want. And that is where Batson Associates comes in. So get information. We do have our special still as it relates to our blood, the live blood analysis, as well as the magnetic resonance analysis. Scan that whole system of being able to evaluate your foundation aspects. So what's going on with your liver, what's going on with your kidney, what's going on with your blood circulation. And from the time we understand that, we are now able to now design a protocol, or as a client told me yesterday, a regiment that you're actually able to now pick up, and you are now able to make yourself healthier, because that's what you want. You want to be healthier. You don't want to feel sick again. At least I would hope. Okay, so those numbers again very quickly. You could give us a call on 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 223-7515. That's 223-7515. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We are also on the corner of Ramsey Mooch Trace and the SS Erin Main Road, as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and the Triangle building in Scarborough, Tobago.
Here's a question for you. Good morning. My 66-year-old father has been getting a serious fever every night for the past 2 weeks. He's a diabetic cardiac patient with kidney stones.
Jeez.
He has been on antibiotics for the past week, which isn't helping much. What would you suggest to help at least get rid of the fever?
That is a serious thing. You might have to call in a doctor, or that might be something that would require. I mean, well, the thing is that if he's getting a fever, it means it's an infection. The body is fighting an infection. If he has a history of kidney stones, the possibility exists there is some blockage there, and that could cause another. That could turn into a serious problem. I suggest, well, they said you went to the doctor and they give you the antibiotics. The silver with the mineral formula, that's going to help that situation. You can also get the inflammation formula that we carry at Batson Associates. And there's also a product that we carry called Optimizer. And there's a tea that we carry called kidney tea. You could get some of those, and that's off the top of my head, I think, going to be able to give him some assistance. In the long term, what we're going to have to do is get rid of those stones, or get rid of the ability that the body have in forming these stones. Because there are some people, some doctors tell you that you have this disease where your body forming stones. Listen to me, that's not a disease. It is an imbalance that is caused by a number of things. Some people have problems with minerals, magnesium, calcium, potassium, sodium. And because of that imbalance, you end up with calcium stones. Most people, stones are calcium stones. But however, you have uric acid stones, you have magnesium stones, and you have combination stones, right? So all those can be an issue that if you don't correct the base cause or the root cause of the problem, you'll consistently have stones. And I mean, you don't want that. You're not a quarry. So that's something that you're going to have to deal with that. So silver with mineral formula, inflammation formula, optimizer, and the kidney tea. And anyone at the locations would be able to guide you accordingly. He can use it with his other medication. It would actually, that regime would actually help to bring down the blood sugar levels or give them better blood sugar readings. Because I think you said that they are diabetic and something else.
Cardiac.
Cardiac, right. It will also help with cardiovascular as well. Okay. Let me answer a question quickly. Someone was asking the question if the eye drops can be used with Xalatan, and I think it's COSA. That eye drop could be used with any other eye drops. What we normally do, we just tell persons use it either an hour before or hour after. Okay? So, and we do have that in stock. It's called Eye Optics formula. Take what I'm telling you. There is no one that we have had thus far that has used that eye drop and didn't get a favorable response. Consistently enough. Some of y'all, you're blind since the founding of the world. You can't just come and use one eye drop and expect the eye drop to work. And you're drinking water. You don't eat properly. That's the next thing. Your eyesight is dependent on your diet as well, you know. People think they could put eye drop in the eye and eat stupidness, you know. Tell me if that's making sense. That's not making sense.
Okay, so someone is asking, can you use the eye optics for dry eyes?
Of course, definitely. Definitely it can be used for dry eyes. Okay?
All right, 299-4103 is our studio number. So we do have a question here for you. I had the COVID virus in January, and since I have not seen my menstrual cycle, any particular reason that may be causing that? So
the person got COVID, and she's saying since January,
since then,
she hasn't seen her menstrual cycle. That's a serious thing. The thing is, COVID-19, because of the virus that it is, I mean, like with all pathogens, it can change significantly and disrupt certain regular functions in the body. One could also be the endocrine system, which in turn could affect hormones, which could in turn affect your period. So we're going to have to address that. I've seen it. I've known of persons even taking the vaccine, which we know was supposed to be a diluted form of the virus. They experience a lot of menstrual issues as a result as well. So it's just a matter of bringing the body back into balance. I would suggest things like the water. There's a product that we carry called Women's Formula. That could also help in that situation as well too.
Question related to Santolan. Can Santolan help with jaundice?
It can, however, depending on the age of the individual, that person is going to have to do a water cleanse first. So they're going to have to use the Alkagen water first, like maybe for about 3 weeks to a month, and then introduce Santolan. Or if it is up and you could call, or you could come in and speak to someone, we'll be able to guide you accordingly. There would be some other things that we would have to recommend depending on the age and that kind of thing. So we need to have more information. But most certainly it would help.
And how does inflammation formula work?
Inflammation. Well, inflammation formula, one of the ingredients in inflammation formula is primarily a lot of a lot of things from the berry families. So cherry, berries, those type of things. And you would know the biological, when you break down those things, they have things like anthocyanins, phenols, and all these type of things, which are antioxidant properties that significantly help in the reduction and the removal, actually, of inflammatory response. Now, if you have high inflammation, your body, you can get a number of things. You are usually diagnosed as having some sort of autoimmune condition, and as a result of that, the inflammation is high. So that is one of the things that the inflammation formula is actually able to do. Okay? Let me give you those telephone numbers again and locations. Keep in mind that special that is available at all of the offices. That special is the live nutritional blood cell analysis, the dark field microscopy, as well as the magnetic resonance analysis scan. And always keep in mind, because somebody was telling me, Dr. Batson, you know, there are a lot of other people doing what you're doing. Let me correct here. There are a lot of people doing something. They ain't doing what I am doing. Okay, let me get a little correct. So they may be doing tests, but you have to understand interpretation and application is two completely different things. And that is where Batson Associates comes in. Right? I could rightfully say, when coming to application and interpretation, there is no other. We know exactly what it is we're doing. So keep that in mind. So those numbers again, you could give us a call at 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. I cannot wait for the day when I am saying our next location where that office is concerned. You do not know how bad I want to leave that place. But God is good. Don't worry, that's just interesting. I just jump out on myself there, but yeah. But don't worry, there's a saying in life, when you say certain things, you manifest. Think it, believe it, become it. But God is good. St. James, that is Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James. Debe is the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Debe. And Tobago is the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. We do have those products in stock. We have Nerve Restore, Ample Nerve Restore, and we also have Optimizer in stock as well. We have a question?
Yeah, we have two questions before we wrap up. I am experiencing, this is female, experiencing lots of pain in her knees. She says the doctor says she has arthritis, and for now she could bear the pain, but she can't bend her knees.
Whoa. Well, I hope that inability to bend your knees is something new, because, but the thing is, we could deal with that, that's just the level of inflammation is out of control, and that's why the limbs are becoming immobile. So you need to really work on that, because you will be in some serious issues where that is concerned. But we're dealing with that, man. Inflammation formula, some optimizer. We will address your diet, put up a protocol, or as my regiment is going to help in that situation. And what was the other question?
Okay, another question for you. What do you recommend for acid reflux?
Acid reflux. Well, don't eat and lie down. Try not to eat and drink simultaneously. As regards the products that we carry, there's a product we have called Digestive Balance. There's one called Digestive Restore. Very, very good product. They actually start helping with the digestive situation. And once you do that, you would get some results where that is concerned.
And here's one more for you. This person says she's been experiencing this for a little while now. When she wakes up in the morning, she has sort of a sore throat, and it feels blocked. And then if she were to cough, she would see phlegm, yellow phlegm. Is that body inflammation?
But usually when you bring up what they call phlegm or cold, that's usually inflammatory response as regards to dead white blood cells, all those type of things. So if you're a person who chronically brings up cold, then you need to be careful. It means your respiratory system, your sinuses could be inflamed or has high levels of inflammation, and you need to get rid of that. Something I was telling someone recently, when people talk about sinus, I am confused. Thank God that is a problem I do not have. And I have stopped drinking milk years now. And the only time I would see cold is if I interfere with things that I'm not supposed to interfere with. And I would have to do it for an extended period of time to actually see cold. So it's a matter of really paying attention to the diet. There's some teas that we carry that are very good for that. We have the long tea. Circulation tea is also very good. We have gastro tea. We also carry the kidney. Hawthorn is our next tea that we have. So you could just call and ask what teas we carry. A wide range of teas, and they're very effective in addressing those things. So very quickly, I know we need to close up. Our telephone numbers again are 222-8261. That's 222-8261 and 314-9975. Keep in mind, you could also get information for our delivery service. You can call and have your products delivered to you. And as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. A word of advice: do not let anybody take your peace. Let demons go their way.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just before you leave, just to repeat your social media accounts.
Yes, definitely. So we are Batson and Associates Limited. On Facebook, on Instagram, we are Batson and Associates TT. And on YouTube, we are Batson and Associates Trinidad.
All right, so you can get in touch with Dr. Jason Batson and Batson Associates in many ways. So this is a show that comes up every Thursday at 11:05. Thank you so much. Great to see you again, Dr. Jason Batson.
You're very welcome. Take care.
All right, this 30-minute program came your way with the courtesies of Batson and Associates. The views expressed within were not those of 103.1 FM.
Yes, so social media family. So let me see if I can address some of you Instagram persons' questions, because I'm always asking you to ask questions. So I don't want to ignore you. So this is Zendari. Oh, these people, that's some fancy name. Hi, doctor. How to know if you have gallbladder issues and how to flush the gallbladder? Oh, that's a good question. Usually, if you have gallbladder issues, if you're having a lot of abdominal pain, sometimes that is an indication. If you're having issues with yellowing of your eyes, your skin, which is normally referred to as jaundice, is normally an indication of bile and that kind of situation. If you usually have problems with nausea, upset stomach, those could be indications. As regards to flushing your gallbladder, there are a number of things that you could use. At Batson Associates, I always recommend Santulan. I find Santulan works excellent as a gallbladder flush. I've had a lot of clients who had serious issues and they actually used it and they got some really good results with that. So that's something that you could also look at there. There was some question that someone asked on angina. Was it, boy? Yeah, go back on the something. Yeah. Right. Says Dr. Batson, how can, okay, because of how far this phone is. No, that's no problem. No, I can pick it up. It's principal angina, some sort of angina they wrote about it. I don't know, I never heard about that particular type of angina. But let me say something, because I could always do some research and see exactly what it is. But, one of the things I often tell persons, sometimes your diagnosis is not important, simply because with your diagnosis, there is an issue of not actually addressing the root cause of the problem. And that's what you need to do. So if you have a cardiovascular problem, they tell you have angina, blocked arteries, whatever the case may be, it's just a matter of fully addressing the gastrointestinal, the cardiovascular system. And once you do that, you would get some help. So let me see if before I go, I could actually research or look at it to see exactly what it is. And then I'll just elaborate further on what I just said. Yeah, Shaki?
Someone on Instagram from our live wants to go live with you on Instagram. The feature on Instagram is a lot of the talk.
Okay, wait, go ahead, no problem.
No problem.
Okay, Ms. Rachel Johnson is asking if we could, is on Facebook, explain the process of making Santulan, please. All right, Ms. Rachel, I'll do that just now for you.
It's like we're not there, because
oh, then maybe the left.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ms. Rachel, okay, so how do you make Santulan? So Santulan has one pack that has 3 tea bags. Good? With the 3 tea bags, your water for making Santulan is a gallon of water, which is 4 liters, right? Now, common sense make before book. You're not going to boil 4 liters of water to draw 3 tea bags, right? You're wasting your gas. So what we suggest you do is you take 2 cups of water from the gallon or from 4 liters. The 2 cups of water you put to boil. When it starts to boil, you turn off the stove. And you actually take the 3 tea bags and you allow it to steep for 8 hours. So leave it overnight. And after it steeps, you're not discarding of your tea bags. You take the tea bags and what is now tea and you throw it inside the entire container. So you're now supposed to have 4 liters of Santulan with 3 tea bags floating inside of there. You do not throw away the tea bags. Good? You put that in your refrigerator, and we normally recommend you drink it on an empty stomach. For clarity, now in the imprint in the instructions, which for the longest while I need to change that, which is why the staff is supposed to guide you accordingly. They would tell you to eat it or drink it after a meal. Santulan is not supposed to be used close to a meal. We normally recommend that you use it anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour before or 2 to 3 hours after a meal. And that's very important. Okay? So, Rachel, I hope you heard that as regards to how you mix the Santulan. Okay? Ms. Heather Villafana is saying, blessings, Dr. Batson. Please keep up the good work. Thank you so very much. I will try my utmost to do so. Mrs. Boyce is asking the question, hi, Doc. If a 65-year-old takes bicarbonate of soda in water to ease acid reflux and feels their heart racing or drinking it, is that normal? While drinking it? Is that normal? No, that's not normal. So it means most likely they must be using too much. Okay? Or most likely that's a situation they might need a cleanse, because if you have acid reflux problems, Ms. Boyce, what the person's supposed to do is if they mix in the bicarbonate of soda, or what we call baking soda, they're supposed to use like about a half teaspoon in 8 ounces of water on an empty stomach, and that would help. But if it is they get in heart racing situations, they might have to look at the amount they're drinking. It could be too much. or it might be something that they cannot use right now because there are other things in the body that may need to be addressed first. All right. Who else is asking a question? Yeah. Okay, there was someone was asking a question as regards to the eye optics formula, and if the eye optics formula can actually help with glaucoma. And the answer to that question is yes. Eye optics formula is actually a product that can help with a number of things. So any eye situation, if you have dry eyes, if your eyes always blurry, if your eyes always scratching, any of those situations, believe me, you get the eye drop, you make sure and shake it up, follow the instruction, and in shaking it up, you actually make sure and use 2 drops in each eye, morning and last thing before you go to bed. And once you do that, you'll be able to get some very good results. Okay, so I'm trying to take it right, because I'm learning just like everybody else. Okay, so it's called prismatal angina, or what is known as vasospastic angina or variant angina. So apparently this angina known by a lot of things. And it is known as a clinical condition characterized by chest discomfort or pain at rest with a transient electrocardiographic changes in the ST segment and with a prompt response to nitrates. These symptoms occur due to abnormal coronary artery spasm. Okay, good. So I learned something today. But based on what they're saying here, as regards to transient and electrocardiographic changes. So it means most likely on that echocardiogram and that type of thing, they would actually be able to see the changes. From what I'm reading here, this is definitely going to have a lot to do with your autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic, sympathetic, right? So it means that we're going to have to address, there's even some level of emotion attached to this, in my opinion. Right? Simply because of that emotional connection where the heart is concerned. So I believe, yes, this can be treated naturally. Again, we're going to have to do some investigation as regards to hydration, your diet, those type of things, but definitely that can be treated naturally. And the person who asked that question was Lifo-Purpose Kutrao. Yeah, well, I hope I got it there. The phone is a bit far from me and the handwriting is very fine. Right? So that's what you can do with that. Somebody's asking, how do you lower cholesterol and the calcium? So somebody told you your calcium is high. The thing is, whenever you have imbalances in calcium in the body is an indication of excess acid. So you need to watch that. That could cause problems with your bones. You could actually end up with a situation. It could also be a thyroid issue too, where the thyroid is causing too much calcium to be extracted from the bones into the bloodstream. So that's something you may need to watch as well. Let me answer this question. Sammy Cameron Karut is asking, why use the eye drop for glaucoma but a chronic drinker or smoker? Sammy, you need to clarify that question. I don't understand what you asked there. Why use the eye drop for glaucoma but a chronic or drinker, smoker? Oh, I get you. I don't get you. So apparently somebody you find is playing the thing with the tail. They are a chronic smoker and a drinker, but they want to use the eye drop for glaucoma, and the drinking could very well be contributing to that. Okay, I hear you. Miss Kathleen Ishmael, pleasant good morning to you, my dear. Yes, Mr. Shakil, sir. How to overcome or manage recurrent yeast infections? Patients is in their 40s, has an IUD, okay, intrauterine device for 13 years and have severe attack of yeast infection during ovulation. Patient treats herself with fluconazole, but is concerned with the monthly problem for at least 7 years now. And that's Max. Now, Max, you need to check that out if it's you or whoever that is. The thing is, if you have an intrauterine device, you need to be careful with those, that could be causing that problem. So you need to check that out. But definitely there are things that we could use for that. There's an insert that we carry at Batson Associates. You could always get some information on that. And we'll actually make some recommendations to correct that situation for you. We most certainly can. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Okay, Doc, what can someone use ASAP if told the nerves are dying and there is numbness on one side of the body? Just vitamin B, alkaline water, and circulation tea. Somebody tell you your nerves dying? Nah, you gotta get some nerve restore. You have to get some the L-arginine and L-citrulline product that we carry. You need to get that. That person needs some help. That's a serious thing. We're gonna have to look at that in more detail to help with that situation. Okay? So, social media. I've spent some time with you guys. Let me, someone is asking a question. This is Ms. Tyson saying, good morning, Dr. Batson. What can you recommend for swollen feet relating to kidney issues? The person has prostate cancer. Jeez. Well, we would have to know exactly what's going on with the kidney. What is the extent of the kidney problem? That's one of the things we got to pay attention to. But definitely we can help in that situation. Ms. Valentine is saying, Dr. Batson, from your office, me, Valentine, got 8 packs of Santulan. Could I share with him? Okay, so Jennifer Valentine, you're asking if you could share the Santulan with who exactly? Oh, that was in reference to the question from a while. I'll have to go and find your question.
I can find it.
Okay, no, Ms. Valentine, what to do? Just remind me what was the person's issue. So I'll tell you if they'll be able to use Santulan or if they need to use the water first. Yes, sir. I'm a patient of Dr. Batson. I need an urgent appointment. St. James for my brother who has prostate cancer. Oh, Ms. Tyson is asking that. All right, Ms. Tyson. Well, here what to do. Call St. James and what I hear Flower saying that. Let's call them. Let me see if I can fit James for this Friday here. All right. Ms. Elizabeth Nanlal. Doc, the service we receive from Batson and Associates is truly the best. I am a daily client. Ms. Roma and the team are simply the best. Regular follow-ups and highly knowledgeable on the service and products. Kudos. Thank you so very much, Ms. Nanlal. And we're trying day and day to continue to improve that. Thank you so very much. Yeah, all the Instagram people wake up now. Okay, let me see what I could do before I leave. Hey, Dr. Batson, what can be the issue if there's a pain in the upper middle abdomen when eating heavy or eating anything with flour? You need to stop eating flour. That's what I mean. Yeah, and eating heavy, why? It's who asked that question, boy? Zendari, you're giving trouble, you know? That question, you're eating too much, eat less. All right, don't worry, I'm just playing. But yeah, the thing is, the possibility exists. You may have some gastrointestinal system issues that need to be addressed. The thing is, flour is not usually the best thing to eat. I always tell persons, you have different types of flour that try to maintain the integrity of its grains and that type of thing. And that's usually better flour to use. But flour or too much baked goods and bread and cakes and pastries and all these things are things that you try to have less of in your diet. Remember, you always want living food in your diet. Living food, living body. Dead food, dead body. Okay, that's something you need to pay close attention to. Okay? Miss Diana Samuel is putting a question mark. Oh, my daughter has sickle cell. What can be used? Okay. Sickle cell people are usually persons who want hydration, so you need to look at the water. Greens. They're usually green deficient persons. Even when sickle cell is inherited, if you look at the parents, it's usually an indication of problems with green deficiency in the diet. So that's something. But we can address sickle cell. I've helped a lot of sickle cell patients before, quite successfully. Quite successfully. So that's something you could give us a visit on. So let me give you those telephone numbers again. Those numbers you can give us a call are 222-8261. That's 222-8261, as well as 314-9975. That is 314-9975. And those locations, we are located on the first floor of Money Talks building. That is Money Talks building in Montrose, Chaguanas. We're also on the corner of Ramsey Trace and the SS Erie Main Road in Davie. as well as Red Edge Mall, Western Main Road, St. James, and the Triangle Building in Scarborough, Tobago. You have been listening to Dr. Jason Batson, the Senior Medical Director at Batson and Associates. You're very welcome, Ms. Samuel. And you can join me at 1:15. I will be doing a live for free, yes, 106.5 FM, Freedom. So you could also get some information where that is concerned. Okay, so we will be there from 1:15 to 2 o'clock, yes, because we actually have an extra 15 minutes today. So you can join us there for that. We'll be going live for that as well. So as we always say at Batson and Associates, if you think health is expensive, try sickness. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Let me just check this quickly. Ms. Listra Jordan is saying, Dr. Batson, what I do to fight inflammation associated with RA. I live in the US for now. I refuse to use drugs for rheumatoid arthritis. I'm coming to Trinidad later in the year, but I need to regain my life without pain and stiffness. So, Ms. Jordan, what you could do, message us on 314-9975. That's 314-9975. And those location, and someone will be able to give you some information. So we at least be able to get some products for you, recommend some things that you may be able to get out here until you're actually able to come to Trinidad. Okay? Ms. Jennifer Valentine said, Dr. Batson, Mr. Valentine from Texas visited your office and he sent to, oh, good. Yes, Ms. Jennifer Valentine. I know, remember. Most certainly he can use it. Okay, guys, so God bless, and those of you who are able to come back on at 1:15 till 2 o'clock, then you can do so. Okay? God bless and enjoy the rest of your day. Miss Anne-Marie, one more thing. Wolf is saying, I need a visit with Dr. Batson. Miss Anne-Marie, did you call the office? Do that and let's work from there now. Okay? Take care of yourself and God bless you. Take care. Bye-bye.